Did you know that nearly half of all American adults couldn't cover an unexpected $400 expense without borrowing money or selling something? Let that sink in for a moment. In one of the wealthiest nations on earth, financial security is really just a tightrope walk for millions of people. You work hard, you put in the hours, you climb the ladder, and you bring home a paycheck. Yet, at the end of the month, you look at your bank account and wonder where it all went. The numbers just don't add up, and the dream of building real, lasting wealth feels more like a fantasy than a future reality. It's a frustrating cycle that leaves you feeling exhausted and, honestly, questioning the entire system. The truth is, your income is only one part of the wealth equation. The other, and arguably more critical part, is what you do with that income. The problem isn't necessarily how much you make, it's those silent, almost invisible habits that drain your resources day after day. These are the small leaks that can sink a massive ship. We live in a world meticulously designed to separate you from your money. Advertisements, social media, and even the layout of a grocery store are all engineered to trigger spending. From the moment you wake up to the moment you go to sleep, you are bombarded with messages telling you to buy, consume, and upgrade. Resisting this constant pressure requires more than just willpower. It requires a robust system and a set of powerful habits that work for you, not against you. It's time to stop playing defense and start building an offense that puts you in control. The first and most insidious habit sabotaging your wealth is the addiction to easy credit, especially through buy now, pay later services. These platforms like Afterpay or Klarna have really perfected the art of instant gratification. They break down a large purchase into seemingly harmless, smaller payments, making a $200 pair of sneakers feel like a manageable $50 today. This psychological trick, known as payment partitioning, minimizes the perceived cost and encourages you to spend money you don't have on things you don't need. It's a modern-day layaway in reverse, where you get the dopamine hit of the purchase immediately and deal with the financial consequences later. The danger lies in how quickly these small payments accumulate. One $50 payment seems trivial, but when you have 5 or 6 of them stacked up, you're suddenly facing a significant monthly bill for past purchases. This creates a dangerous cycle of debt that chips away at your future income before you even earn it. The core problem is that buy now, pay later disconnects the pleasure of buying from the pain of paying. When you pay with cash or a debit card, the money is gone instantly, forcing you to feel the financial impact. BNPL delays that feeling, creating a false sense of affordability that can lead to chronic overspending and financial stress. To break this habit, you must re-establish the connection between buying and paying. The first step is to implement a mandatory 24-hour waiting period for any non-essential purchase over a certain amount, say $50. If you still want the item after a full day, you can consider buying it, but only with money you already have. If buy now, pay later is the poison, then operating without a budget is willingly drinking it. Flying blind with your finances is the second major habit that guarantees you'll stay broke. Many people resist budgeting because they see it as restrictive, a financial straitjacket that sucks all the fun out of life. They think it's about deprivation. This is a fundamental misunderstanding. A budget isn't about restricting yourself, it's about giving yourself permission to spend. Without a budget, you are making financial decisions based on feelings, not facts. You might feel like you can afford that dinner out or that weekend trip because you just got paid and your checking account looks healthy. However, you're not accounting for the car insurance payment due next week, the upcoming utility bills, or your goal of saving for a down payment. This lack of a clear plan leads to a constant state of financial anxiety, where you're always reacting to expenses rather than anticipating and planning for them. It's like trying to navigate a cross-country road trip without a map. You'll burn a lot of gas and likely end up lost. The first step to building a budget is simply tracking your spending. You can't manage what you don't measure. For 1 month, track every single dollar that leaves your account. Don't judge it, just record it. At the end of the month, categorize your spending into groups like housing, transportation, food, entertainment, and debt. This exercise is often a shocking wake-up call. The data will reveal the truth about your spending habits, showing you exactly where the leaks are. That $5 daily coffee habit? That's over $1,500 a year. Once you know where your money is going, you can start telling it where to go. A great simple framework is the 50-30-20 rule. 50% of your after-tax income goes to needs like housing, utilities, and groceries, 30% to wants like dining out, hobbies, and travel, and 20% to savings and debt repayment. Tech tools like Mint or Personal Capital can automate this process. They link to your accounts, automatically track and categorize your spending, and show you your progress in real time. These apps transform budgeting from a chore into an empowering game-like experience where you are actively working towards your financial goals. Now let's talk about two subtle but incredibly costly habits: blind brand loyalty and unchecked subscription creep. These twin terrors work together to quietly siphon hundreds if not thousands of dollars from your accounts each year. Brand loyalty is the tendency to stick with a particular brand for everything, from your groceries to your electronics, without ever questioning if it offers the best value. We do this because it's easy. Our brains love shortcuts, and sticking with a familiar name like Tide, Apple, or Heinz saves us the mental energy of comparing prices and features. But this convenience comes at a steep price. The reality is that generic or store brand products are often manufactured in the same facilities as their brand name counterparts, using nearly identical ingredients or components. The only significant difference is the marketing budget and the fancy packaging, which you pay a premium for. By automatically reaching for the brand you could be paying 20 to 40% more for a product of similar quality. This isn't about being cheap, it's about being smart. The goal is to get the best possible value for your money, and blind loyalty prevents you from making an objective decision. Then there's subscription creep. In the age of streaming, software, and delivery services, it's incredibly easy to sign up for a free trial and forget about it. A $9.99 monthly charge for a streaming service you rarely watch, or a $15 fee for a fitness app you never open seems insignificant on its own. However, these small recurring charges accumulate into a significant monthly expense. This is what businesses count on, the set it and forget it mentality. They make it frictionless to sign up and often intentionally cumbersome to cancel, hoping you won't bother. This slow, steady drain is one of the most common budget busters in the modern economy. To combat these habits, you need to become a conscious consumer. For brand loyalty, challenge yourself to try one store brand alternative each time you go grocery shopping. Buy the generic cereal or the store brand paper towels. More often than not, you won't notice a difference in quality, but your wallet certainly will. For subscriptions, schedule a subscription audit every 3 months. Use an app like Rocket Money or Truebill, which automatically finds all your recurring charges and allows you to cancel unwanted ones with a single tap. Be ruthless. If you haven't used a service in the last 90 days, cancel it. You can always resubscribe if you find you truly miss it. Two of the most profound financial mistakes people make are rooted in psychology, completely ignoring their future self and being paralyzed by fear of the stock market. Habit number 5, ignoring your future self, is a classic case of present bias. Our brains are just hardwired to prioritize immediate rewards over long-term benefits. Saving for retirement in your 20s or 30s feels, honestly, abstract and distant. The immediate pleasure of spending that money on a vacation or a new car feels so much more real and gratifying. So we tell ourselves we'll start saving later when we make more money or when life settles down. But later is a dangerous trap that never really arrives. The single greatest tool you have for building wealth is time, thanks to the magic of compound interest. Every dollar you invest today has the potential to grow exponentially over the decades. A single dollar invested at age 25 can be worth 10 to 15 times more by age 65 than a dollar invested at age 45. By procrastinating, you are not just losing out on savings, you are robbing your future self of decades of potential growth. You are forcing your 50-year-old self to work exponentially harder to catch up for the inaction of your 20-year-old self. It's a mathematical certainty that makes waiting the most expensive financial decision you can possibly make. This leads directly to habit number 6, fearing the stock market. Many people see investing as a form of gambling reserved for Wall Street experts. They hear horror stories about market crashes and people losing their life savings, so they opt for the perceived safety of a savings account. While keeping an emergency fund in cash is essential, leaving your long-term savings in a bank account is a guaranteed way to lose money. Due to inflation, the purchasing power of your cash slowly erodes year after year. A 2% inflation rate means your safe money is losing 2% of its value annually. The solution is to automate your relationship with your future self and demystify investing. First, pay yourself first. Set up an automatic transfer from your checking account to your retirement account like a Roth IRA or 401k the day you get paid. This removes willpower from the equation. The money is invested before you even have a chance to miss it. To overcome market fear, start small and simple. Use a robo-advisor like Vanguard Digital Advisor or Fidelity Go. These platforms automatically invest your money in a diversified portfolio of low-cost index funds, which track the entire market. This approach eliminates the need to pick individual stocks and leverages the long-term upward trend of the global economy, making investing accessible and far less intimidating. As your income grows, a dangerous trap emerges: lifestyle inflation. This is the tendency to increase your spending as you earn more money. You get a raise, and instead of saving or investing the extra cash, you upgrade your car, move to a bigger apartment, or start dining at fancier restaurants. While it's natural to want to enjoy the fruits of your labor, unchecked lifestyle inflation is what keeps people on the financial treadmill, forever living paycheck to paycheck, just at a higher income level. A doctor earning $300,000 a year can be just as broke as a teacher earning $60,000 if their spending rises to meet their income. This habit is deeply connected to its toxic cousin, the keeping up with the Joneses syndrome. We are social creatures, and our perception of what is normal or necessary is heavily influenced by our peers and what we see on social media. Your friend buys a new luxury SUV, and suddenly your reliable sedan feels inadequate. Your colleague posts photos from a lavish European vacation, and you feel pressure to plan a similar trip. This constant social comparison creates a never-ending cycle of desire and spending, driven not by your own values or needs, but by a desire to project an image of success. It's a game you can never win, because there will always be someone with more. Breaking free from these intertwined habits requires a profound shift in mindset from external validation to internal goals. The first step is to pre-commit your future raises. The next time you get a salary increase or a bonus, decide before the money hits your account what you will do with it. A great rule of thumb is the split strategy. Allocate 50% of the new income directly to savings and investments, 30% to debt repayment if you have any, and allow yourself to enjoy the remaining 20% on lifestyle upgrades. To combat the social pressure, you need to curate your environment. Unfollow social media accounts that trigger feelings of envy or inadequacy. Spend more time with friends who share your financial values and goals. It's also incredibly powerful to use a goal-oriented savings tool like Ali Bank's Buckets or Capital. The final two habits that silently erode your wealth are an over-reliance on convenience and a general lack of financial literacy. In our fast-paced world, convenience is king. We pay a premium for food delivery services like DoorDash, pre-cut vegetables at the grocery store, and ride-sharing services for short trips. While each individual transaction seems small, the cumulative convenience tax can be pretty staggering. Paying a $7 delivery fee and tip for a $15 meal effectively increases its cost by nearly 50%. This habit is about trading your money for small amounts of time, but often at a terrible exchange rate. This is not to say that all convenience is bad. The key is to be intentional about it. Is paying for a cleaning service that frees up 4 hours of your weekend, allowing you to work on your side hustle or spend quality time with family, a worthwhile investment? Probably. Is paying a premium for a delivery coffee because you didn't want to brew it at home a smart financial move? Probably not. The habit becomes destructive when it's mindless. It's the automatic decision to outsource small, manageable tasks without considering the long-term financial impact. This constant leakage prevents you from deploying that capital towards wealth-building assets. This ties directly into the 10th and final habit: financial illiteracy. We are not taught about money in school. We don't learn about compound interest, asset allocation, or tax-advantaged retirement accounts. As a result, many people navigate their entire financial lives with a mix of guesswork, anxiety, and advice from unreliable sources. This lack of knowledge makes you vulnerable to predatory financial products, bad advice, and costly mistakes. It prevents you from understanding the tools available to build wealth and leaves you feeling powerless and overwhelmed. Willful ignorance about money is not bliss, it's a recipe for financial struggle. The solution is to commit to lifelong learning. You don't need a PhD in economics, but you do need to understand the basics. Start by dedicating just 15 minutes a day to your financial education. Instead of scrolling social media, listen to a personal finance podcast like The Money Guy Show, or watch educational YouTube channels. Read a foundational book like The Simple Path to Wealth by J.L. Collins or I Will Teach You to Be Rich by Ramit Sethi. Use free educational resources from platforms like Investopedia or Khan Academy to look up terms you don't understand. Taking ownership of your financial education is the ultimate act of empowerment. It turns you from a passive participant into the active architect of your financial destiny. We've dissected 10 of the most common habits that sabotage your journey to wealth, from the lure of easy credit to the quiet cost of ignorance. The common thread is that they all involve making unconscious, reactive decisions instead of conscious, proactive ones. They are the financial equivalent of drifting at sea, pushed around by the currents of marketing, social pressure, and impulse. The good news is that you hold the power to change course. Building wealth isn't about some secret formula. It's about replacing these destructive habits with a system of positive ones, one small decision at a time. It's about building a solid foundation. Let's recap the core principles. First, you must create a plan for your money by building and using a budget. This is your map. Second, automate your savings and investments to pay your future self first, making your most important financial goal effortless. Third, become a conscious consumer by questioning your purchases, resisting brand loyalty, and auditing your subscriptions regularly. Finally, commit to your own financial education. Knowledge is the ultimate defense against bad decisions and the most powerful tool for recognizing opportunities. These actions transform you from a passenger into the driver of your financial life. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step, and your journey can begin right now, today. Don't fall into the trap of, "I'll start tomorrow." The power of compounding means that the single most valuable day to start is always today. Pick just one habit from this list that resonates with you the most. Is it deleting the buy now, pay later apps? Is it spending 15 minutes tracking yesterday's expenses? Is it setting up a tiny automatic transfer to a savings account? Choose one small, manageable action and do it immediately. This is a marathon, not a sprint, and you don't have to run it alone. The path to financial independence can be challenging, and staying motivated is key. I highly encourage you to join a community of like-minded individuals. Find forums like the Bogleheads or subreddits like r Personal Finance where you can ask questions, share your wins, and learn from others. Continue seeking out knowledge from trusted sources. Your financial future is the greatest project you will ever work on. Take it seriously, be patient with yourself, but most importantly, start now. The wealthy version of you in the future will be incredibly grateful you did. If this video helped you identify the habits holding you back from wealth, please like and subscribe to Bright Facts for more practical financial advice. Check out our related video on building your first investment portfolio to continue your journey to financial freedom.